Hey, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to do a video review for the R-41M Bookshelf Speakers by Klipsch. So in this video, I'm actually going to walk you through the speakers themselves. I'll show you my setup, we'll do a sound demo, and really I'll just give you my overall thoughts on this. So let's start with the speaker itself. This has actually got 1-inch aluminum tweeters. It's got a 90 by 90 square horn that's basically utilized here in the base. And then you've also got 4-inch spun copper IMG woofers, as well as what they consider a bass reflex rear firing port. It also has a removable grill. So this grill here basically has magnets on all the corners, so it's very easy to just pop it on or off. Some people might prefer this sort of clean look with the Klipsch branding here on the base, or you could simply remove this and you can see it still has the Klipsch branding and has like their copper look to it. So you really have two choices there in terms of the looks. This actually comes in a pair, so you can see I have two of them here. I have these connected to a 2-channel Onkyo receiver. Now I want to show you basically my setup. Before we do that, I want to also show you the back. So here's where you got the large woofer in the rear, and then you also have both your black and red. These are pretty simple. I just use standard speaker cable. With this speaker cable, this actually has a black line that goes through it, so I'll usually just connect that to any of the black. You basically tighten this up. Once you loosen this, there's a small hole, and you can simply just spin the actual end of the speaker cable, insert it, and then tighten these down. As long as they're not touching, you're pretty much good to go, and then these are now going to be powered from your receiver. So you do also have a mounting option here as well. If you want to put these, you can actually wall mount them. Just make sure you're going into a stud, as they are quite heavy. Now what I actually did here with this particular setup is, interestingly enough, this is actually my garage. And we have quite an interesting space. It's a 4-car garage. There's 2 bays here, and then technically a bay that I'm standing in, which I converted into a gym space, and then there's actually another bay over here, which I converted into a game room. Now in my game room, I have a full Sony Dolby Atmos setup with a full like 512 surround sound setup. But in this particular case, I wanted, I have my TV here that I use, like if I'm doing some workouts and I want to follow along, I'll put those up on the TV. Sometimes we'll have parties. We did like a Halloween party last year, and we actually had like music videos and stuff playing on the screen. So I thought this was a kind of a cool way to do that, and I figured, you know, the internal speaker on the TV is not very good. We'll do the basic bookshelf speakers as our front speakers, and then I will actually add these larger Klipsch speakers for the rears and surround. The prior owners of this particular house actually mounted these large corner-shaped shelves. So there's one there, and then I've also got one there all the way in the end. So what I'm actually planning to do is run, I've got a 200-foot reel of speaker wire here. That's going to run all along this beam, come all the way down this wall, and then shoot all the way into the receiver. And that way I can actually run the 2-channel. And this particular receiver has multiple modes where I could choose to either run just the front speakers, or I could actually run all 4 of them at once, or just the rears if I choose to. So typically with these bookshelf speakers, I would recommend these most likely for like either a rear setup or something that you're using as like side speakers. If you're going for like full surround sound, you really want something that's going to be like mind-blowing in that sense, I'd probably go for like more tower speakers on the fronts, and then you could use these as either like sides on like a 7.0 type setup, or on like a 512 you could use it as like rear speakers. That's what I would recommend. Right now I'm using them for fronts in this particular scenario because I just wanted something that was a little bit better than like your standard internal TV speaker. And in this case, these speakers are really going to do most of the heavy lifting while they're sitting up here, and these are really more for like the TV and just having that front surround coming right off the TV. Overall, I'm very happy with them. I do have my Onkyo receiver connected to my phone. I'm going to go ahead and actually play. We'll play some music here, and you guys can get an idea of what it sounds like. And they're pretty good for what they are. They're definitely not as powerful as the larger Klipsch ones here that I got, but they do kick up pretty good. So right now we're at about 65 on the volume. Crank it to 70.
Yeah! This is the hell we create.
So it gives you guys a pretty good little demo there. For what they are, you know, with the volume, I had the Bluetooth cranked up on my phone and basically this at about 70 out of 100. They sound really, really good. You know, I'm very impressed with them. I think for watching TV, just basic use, music, these are gonna definitely fit, get the job done. But again, if you're going for something more full on, like really amazing surround sound, I would definitely use these for more rears or side speakers in a setup like that. Anyway, thanks for watching and I hope you found the video helpful.